I want the women of the WNBA to be successful. I am a champion of the league. I remember back in the day we had the Cleveland Rockers here. Dan Gilbert of the Cavs is bringing a WNBA team back. Detroit is bringing back, I think, the Detroit Shock. They might not be called the Detroit Shock. So the league is healthier. And part of that is because of the Caitlin Clark effect. You have Caitlin Clark, you have Angel Reese, but the Caitlin Clark effect really skyrocketed the league over the past couple of years. So now there are an impasse for the next contract negotiations, and the next negotiation will be till April 1st. If they don't agree on a contract on April 1st, the expansion draft for Cleveland and Detroit will not happen, and the whole season is in peril. Some of the sticking points is that the players, they want the gross of the revenue of the WNBA. The league is arguing for the net. The gross is the players want to get paid before the expenses are taken out. That's what the NFL does. That's what the NBA does. The league is saying, like, no, we want to pay you after all the expenses have been taken care of, which technically might be less money for the players. Here's the thing. I understand why the players want the gross, because the other leagues do it. The difference is the NFL got a lot of money and the NBA has a lot of money. So when they pay out the gross, they still got a lot of money left in the bank. For the WNBA, they don't have that same type of cushion. And I think that's what the league is arguing. And then one other thing also, what the WNBA wants, they want to keep housing. So ever since the league started, they gave players housing. Because I guess the argument was, listen, we can't pay you a whole lot of money, but we'll take care of your housing. The WNBA wants to keep that. I think they're starting to negotiate that down a little bit. But I think the players want to keep it. But the league is arguing, listen, if you want to make six figures or $1 million, there's no need for us to give you housing as well. so there's, I think that's a negotiating tool there. So I think that one of all of them is being negotiated where if you make a certain amount of money, you're not going to get housing. But if you're a rookie or something else, you will get housing for a certain amount of time. So that's a good thing. But the net and the gross thing, I don't think that's going to work. Like, if you look at the ratings, like Unrivaled, the sister kind of league that was created, the first season did great TV-wise. The second season, the ratings has gone down. The Caitlin Clark effect, which was been skyrocketing for what was like 2023, it plateaued, I think, in 2024, 2025. And now it's on the downside. And it's not against Caitlin Clark. It's that she brought so many fringe fans, people who didn't watch women's basketball. I think the newness of this, the excitement of that has been wearing off. One, Caitlin has been injured last season, but also I don't think you don't have that same type of fever pitch of fandom that you had a couple of years ago. Because of that fandom, and because of Angel Reese and Paige Beckers and these young talent that's coming to the league has been making more money than has been in years, which is fantastic. Probably the revenue has been fantastic, but if you're the ownership, you got to start looking at, yeah, we've been on a rocket ship, but this rocket ship is slowly going down. And if you guys get the gross, we might have to end up contracting teams. And another thing that makes the WNBA interesting is it's not like the NBA where you have the owners and the players, or the governors and the players. For the WNBA, the NBA owns 42% of the league. They own 42%. They have outside investors who own 16%. And 42% is for the owners. And within that 42% with the owners, that's where the players get their salaries from. And so it's not, I want these women to be successful. I don't want them to go on strike. But the problem with that is, like I said, Dan Gilbert's an owner now. They got more billionaires now who are owners now. So if the WNBA says, well, we're not going to play, we're just going to strike, these billionaires who kind of buy these sports franchises as toys anyway, they're saying like, okay, we'll talk to y'all next season. So the WNBA players, I think, was more in a power position before the last Olympics. During the last Olympics, when they didn't add Caitlin Clark to the team on the U.S. Olympics team, which was another mistake, they was in a power position because everything was just going their direction. Revenue was up, attendance was up, TV ratings was up. I think that was the best time for them to work on a deal and get it done, but they didn't like the deal that the league was giving them and said, well, okay, we'll negotiate later. And I think if they had any leverage, I think they lost that leverage because these owners, these billionaire owners, as much as they probably like these ladies, I want to support these ladies, they got NFL teams. They got NBA teams. Dan Gilbert got Rocket Mortgage. These guys got the other companies that they can pay attention to. And again, I think they want to work with the ladies of WNBA, but at the same time, if the ladies say we're striking and we're not coming back until you give us what we want, these owners are like, okay, we love you, God bless you, we'll talk to you in a year. And I feel so bad. So I want these ladies to get as much as they can. I want them to be taken care of. It's great that they can play at home and they don't have to go overseas. But they got to understand, like, the economics of the game is, right now, they are where the NFL is probably in the 70s and where the NBA was in the 70s, where if most NFL players, they still had to get a job. Luckily for these ladies, they're making enough money through basketball and commercials and brand partnerships where they don't have to take a second job to make money. But at the same time, if they stay firm and say we're not budging on our contract negotiations, some of them might have to take a second job or a third, because these owners are not going to budge.